Today is Friday, July 5th, 2024, and we are at the bottom of the arrow slide on the Hancocks. So we're about 3.7 miles in now. We've been coming up this loose, kind of reddish rock. And around the corner, we're going to get into the more slabby area. Hopefully there will be some dry spots on it. I think it'll be okay. It's been a bit rainy. All right, so our plan is to go up arrow slide, take the left-hand fork, pop out on the viewpoint for North Hancock, and then don't go to south, which we'll probably regret in 5 years, but whatever. We're gonna go out and go down Cedar Brook slide. So it's a day of slides. Should be fun. Hopefully it won't be too scary. So we just came up right here, and we could continue up here, but you can't continue up that. So I think in the past we've come up and then cut across, but we're about 15 feet lower. And we're gonna go up this and around this wet slab. Behind it, there's more slab and there's less rock, I would say. It's more like loose gravel. It's really kind of hairy climbing either one. But we're gonna end up going to the left, so I think I might try to stay in the gravel until I can get on really, really dry slab. But there you have it. We're getting up now to where it's actually visible as a slide when you're looking at it from the distance. It's looking down the valley. I didn't zoom in at all. Okay.
Start a rock fall.
Yeah. We are up near, kind of at the top where the arrow slide splits. There's a humongous cairn. There was once a real trail out here. I'm not really sure if it went directly up the left spur like we're gonna take. It feels like it should, but in any case, this is looking next to us. A lot of wet slab out there. We came up primarily on this side, which is the left if you're looking up. And I think that's the way to do it.
There's a huge boulder too.
Oh yeah. There's a giant,
trees.
like a glacial erratic just waiting to fall out here coming down. It's kind of terrifying. But okay, so the right spur would go over there. And if you go up there, you have to push through. It was a little bit thick and then kind of less thick, and you end up popping out on the trail. And if you take this one, I thought it was not as thick at all, and you end up popping out right at the viewpoint, and that's the way we're gonna go. So we're done with all the slab. Now we're back into the loose, sandy stuff, which is kind of a pain. Okay, almost up to the top of this one. Okay, we're at the very top now of the slide. This is where we ate our lunch last time. There's a little slab here. If you come up, I would suggest stopping earlier because you have better views from at the very top. This is South Hancock and Middle Hancock. And
Herbie Hancock.
we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna head into the trees right here. And if last time there was kind of a herd path, like you had to get very low and sort of crawl through some of it, but it was pretty obvious to me. So off we go. We're still at the very top of the slide. These are sundews. They're a carnivorous plant, and they have little flower stalks on them. Look at that. I see them quite often on slides where it's wet, or like on head walls. There's a bunch climbing up the Oaks Gulf head wall there on Dry River. Look at those. Very cool. And they're quite small. This is my pointer finger. Sometimes they're all green. There are some green ones right here. Oh, he's got some bugs, this one. He has a couple bugs caught. I wonder if they turn green when they're nourished. I don't know. We're up on the outlook for North Hancock. This is Middle Hancock, South Hancock, Passaconaway back here, Chicorowa over here, and the Tri-Pyramids. And this is the Osceolas. It's kind of hazy. We popped out literally right here. Scared the two guys that were up here, I bet. We are now at the top of the Cedar Brook slide, which is kind of red and sandy and not as steep as at all as the Arrow slide is. Whew. Bugs are atrocious today. And this is looking out at Franconia Ridge, so I think we can see Flume right there, and Whaleback is over in here. All right, I'm going to keep up with John. We're partway down the Cedar Brook slide now, and this is where we're sitting for lunch. We're just on a big rock. I'm shooting a time lapse of the sky over Franconia Ridge, looking back up at where we came from. And I don't know if you can tell, there's a gully kind of here and a gully on this side. The original Cedar Brook slide fell sometime a while ago. I don't recall off the top of my head, and it kind of had these black rocks in it. And in 2011, when Hurricane Irene came, it kind of fell again. So that's what these new reddish gullies are. And it goes down for a while. I think it sort of levels out down there. There's a spot though where it feels like you're falling over the edge of the edge, so that might be right there. But we're gonna get down a little bit lower, and then it'll actually be like Cedar Brook. There'll be water in it. And out here, let's see. Back here is Moose Lock. It's been in and out of the clouds while we ate our lunch. And then the south end of Kinsman Ridge. And in the foreground is Whaleback Mountain, and then Flume and Liberty. Little Haystack, Lincoln, and North Lincoln, the Lincoln Slide. I'm as zoomed in as I can go on this. And then Lafayette right there. And Owl's Head is kind of in the foreground, which I can see very clearly, but I don't know how well it shows up here. And there, that's where we're headed. We are back onto a real trail now. This is Cedar Brook Trail. Looks like that area was brushed in. I've only been on this section once, and I'm pretty sure we crossed. Oh, maybe it's right here. Okay. Yeah. So coming down the slide was, the lower you got, the easier it got, I would say, because it was less steep, and also the footing was more secure. At the top there was a lot of sliding, like sand and small rock, and a larger rock too. But by the time you got to the bottom, it was mostly, you could pick like rocks that were clearly set in place. And then you pick up a stream, which I guess feeds into Cedar Brook stream, or Cedar Brook. And last time we did it, we walked down the stream as long as we could, which is really slow going. The rocks are very slippery because nobody's been on them. And this time we decided to take to the trees along the edge of it, and that was pretty good going for the most part. It was, this looks a little muddy here. It was fairly open. We had to switch sides maybe 3 or 4 times to get to the better woods, but now this is Cedar Brook Trail. It's not heavily used, this end of it, and it is in the wilderness, so it kind of receives minimal maintenance, but you probably won't see anyone on it if you ever take it. We're back at the Hancock Overlook, looking at the Osceolas right there. That hike took us a little over 7 hours, and it was 9.65 miles. Not bad for 2 slides. And our next thing is we're gonna go try to go swimming at the Sawyer Pond trailhead off the Hank. So we'll see. You got some sticks on your back, John.
Do I?
Yeah. We just stopped at Sawyer Pond trailhead on the Hank, which is, it was quite a drive away from where we were in the direction we didn't want to go, but there's really nobody here. There's another couple sitting down a ways, but there was plenty of parking, and this is a nice deep hole, just deep enough. I don't need to be like swimming. I just need to get cooled off and rinsed, and that was perfect right there.
It's nice and cold.
It's quite cold. It's not like Ammonoosuc Falls. Lower Ammonoosuc Falls was really quite warm. I don't get it, but this is more shallow.
It's moving. So.
Yeah, it's moving quite fast. Yeah, but Ammonoosuc Falls was moving. That water's moving. I don't know. It's hot right now. I think the car said 83. It feels hotter than that. I don't know. So that was lovely. All right. An excellent ending to a nice day, and we're going to cross back over here. The trail goes up there to the parking lot. It's very close by. So that's part of why we came here, and also because I didn't expect it to be full of people, and it's not.